One of the first, and for a long time, only peated Irish whiskies on the market, up until very, very recently. Let's drink some whiskey. Okay, welcome to the second installment of Smoky Saturdays. I'm the Whiskey Chaser Brian in Christy's bar, drinking some damn fine Irish whiskey. All right, so it's been a little while since I've done a peated version of the show. I know a while back when I started this initially, I said it was going to be a bi-weekly or fortnightly show. I've been a little busy and put some things on the long finger. You'll see soon. But I'm back with a bang, and a 12-year-old double distilled bang. Oh yeah, fruity smoky notes. Come at me. This is the CONNEMARA 12-year-old peated Irish whiskey from the Kilkenny Distilling Co. So we say the Kilkenny Distilling Co., which is the Kilkenny family, to which this brand name resides under, but this is from Cooley Distillery in County Louth. Yep, that's the same distillery that John Teeling sold to Beam Incorporated, which was then taken over by Suntory Incorporated, which is now Beam Suntory. Long story. But I did cover the entire history of the distillery in my Tyrconnell 15 video, which I'll link over here somewhere, which was also a fantastic look at some history. Check it out if you haven't. So today we come to a peated single malt that is distilled from Cooley Distillery. I can literally count on one hand how many double distilled single malts I've had on the channel and the show, and I've never actually sampled or had this particular whiskey before. I know. All the reviews or the people that I speak to about this whiskey, you know, they all speak very highly of this release. It has won a serious number of accolades, including a gold medal winner the Best Irish Single Malt 12 years and younger at the 2018 Irish Whiskey Awards, a 2008 gold medal at the International Wine and Spirit Competition, a 2009 gold medal, and Best in Class at the International Wine and Spirits Competition. So yeah, we're in for a little treat today, I guess. Anyone who knows my rather bumpy history with peated Irish whiskey knows that I'm doing my very best to enjoy more peated whiskeys in general, not just on the channel. And, you know, to be honest, I am drinking more of it these days, and I do have a newfound appreciation for the category. Now, to the best of my knowledge, these whiskeys are batch produced because apparently a lot of the stock is used up for the non-age statement release of this, mainly because it's so popular and amongst a lot of enthusiasts' favorites. Plus, it's great value. There is a number of variations of this release, including the non-age statement, which I just spoke about, a cask strength version, and a 22-year-old version. There was a couple of other limited releases, shall we say, but they're done. So this whiskey is almost entirely aged in ex-bourbon cask, has an ABV of 40% and retails from roughly 65 to 85 euros, depending on the website, double distilled and has no coloring or chill filtration to the best of my knowledge. As I said, I haven't had this, so I'm not really sure what to expect. They do say that if you like peated Scotch whiskies, then you should try this, as it's a nice lead into whiskies of more of an Irish style. Now, I said it before, but I am trying to drink more peated whiskies on the channel. That's why I've dedicated this part of the channel to these kind of releases. So maybe if you'd be so kind, you could recommend some peated whiskies for me to try, and I'll give you a little shout out on the channel. This is if I can get my hands on the whiskey itself, but I'm open to try some new peated offerings. So comment below and throw some ideas at me. And now, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe if you find this channel at all useful to you. No catch. I do all this on my own time, and you know, I do this for the love of whiskey, and your support is very much appreciated. Sound. We're gonna move swiftly on to the whiskey then, and for the last time, this is a double distilled, 40% ABV, almost all ex-bourbon, reasonably priced around an average, I'm gonna say an average of 70 euro. Let's dive in, shall we? I'll give it a second to open up a little bit more on the glass, but first off, you do get that smoke. It's not a heavy peat. It's a smokiness, right? So then, yeah, the smoke, it blends in really well with a lovely fruity malt note combined with a nice orange, zesty kind of freshness. It's quite vibrant. There is some vanilla notes, but there's more of a pear nose toward the back. The smokiness is still there, blending in nicely, but it's not overpowering. There's a really kind of sweetness and smokiness to it. There's a lot kind of going on here. I'm going to say that this is somewhat a medium complexity on the nose. Beautiful. We'll have a little sup. Sláinte. Wow. Malt fruit, sweetness. I can get apples and pears, you'd be used to with the single malt, but the smoky flavor is there. Now, it's not an overpowering smoky flavor like on the nose. Nicely balanced. I hate using that word nowadays, but it really combines well with the palate and the sweetness from the malted flavors, the fruity malty flavors that are coming from that. Quite creamy, oily, very nice. That's delicious. The 40% ABV I think is just right for this. Yeah, what surprised me is just how much fruit is coming through in the malt. You can really pull those malt flavors like the apples and the pears out of it. There's hang time, there's oiliness, there's heat. I would say more like a white pepper, maybe cinnamon spice heat. The finish is a little bit different. There's a bit of a tang, touch of a tangness. It's not bitterness, but definitely a tang. Sweet, medium length finish, which is going to tie into your nose and your palate as well. Smoke, your spice, very much kind of an iodine slash earthiness to it. That's very enjoyable. That is not in your face peat, but that's how I like right now, kind of peated whiskeys, a little bit more smoky than peat. Beautiful. So you know what, for a 12-year-old peated malt, that is absolutely gorgeous. Really fruity, really sweet, smoky, savory, a delicious drop, and a great example of peated Irish whiskey. Not too in your face, but enough smoke there from the peat, for the peat lovers, obviously, top notch, I would say. So my only regret here is that, I ruined my palate years ago and I didn't try this sooner. I think I'd like to get to try it at a higher ABV if I had gotten the chance to do that. That's not a deal breaker, but I will try and look for the cask strength version and see, can I get my hands on it just to see how much of a difference there are. I know there's an age statement there that, is not there, but I'll see what I can do. Really great stuff. Shout out to the lads here in Christy's for supplying today's dram. Very pleased to be able to do this video for you. Look, as always, all thoughts are my own. I'm not influenced by any outside things. Until the next Smoky Saturday, don't forget to leave a comment below and suggest some peated whiskeys to try. I am the Whiskey Chaser, Brian, and I will see you all very soon. Sláinte.